Actors who turned down career-defining roles. Hollywood is based on decisions. Actors struggle with them, producers gamble on them, and casting directors create them. Every iconic performance that catapulted someone into the annals of film history is accompanied by a more subdued moment when another actor declined. Occasionally, scheduling conflicts or creative disagreements determine the outcome. Sometimes an actor just isn't able to see the potential in a script. And sometimes the role they abandon turns into a cultural icon. Here is a list of 13 actors who declined parts that had the potential to completely alter their lives. Will Smith passing on Neo in The Matrix. When The Matrix was taking shape, the directors approached Will Smith to play Neo. Smith did not fully connect with the pitch at the time and passed, choosing a different project instead. The role eventually went to Keanu Reeves, whose performance reshaped modern action films and became a cornerstone of his career. Smith later reflected that Reeves was ultimately the perfect fit for the role, acknowledging how one decision can shift film history. Emma Watson declining La La Land. Emma Watson was originally attached to star in La La Land during its early development. The film required an intense period of preparation, including dance and vocal training, which conflicted with Watson's commitments to another project. She stepped away, and Emma Stone took the role, going on to win an Academy Award and deliver a performance that became one of the most memorable of her career. Watson later described her decision as purely logistical. Leonardo DiCaprio saying no to Anakin Skywalker. After the success of Titanic, Leonardo DiCaprio was meeting with directors across every genre. When he was approached about starring as Anakin Skywalker in the Star Wars prequels, he chose not to move forward, feeling he was not ready for that level of franchise responsibility at that stage of his career. The role went to Hayden Christensen, whose portrayal became central to one of the most discussed chapters of the series. Gwyneth Paltrow turning down Titanic. Gwyneth Paltrow was strongly considered for the role of Rose in Titanic. She has spoken about how she was deep into discussions for the part but ultimately chose to step away. Kate Winslet then auditioned and took the role, becoming a key figure in one of the most successful films ever made. Paltrow's decision remains one of Hollywood's most famous what-ifs. Denzel Washington rejecting Ses 7en. Denzel Washington was offered the role that Brad Pitt would later play in the thriller Ses 7en. After reading the script, he felt the story was too dark and decided not to take the role. When he eventually saw the finished film, he admitted that he regretted passing on it. Despite that, Washington's career remained filled with powerful performances, while Pitt gained a major breakthrough from the part. Michelle Pfeiffer walking away from Basic Instinct. Michelle Pfeiffer was among the actors offered the lead role in Basic Instinct. She read the script but was uncomfortable with its intensity and the level of exposure required, so she declined. Sharon Stone accepted the part and delivered a performance that immediately launched her into worldwide fame. Pfeiffer continued to build a respected career elsewhere, but this decision remains a major piece of casting history. Tom Hanks passing on J. Maguire. Cameron Crowe wrote the early drafts of J. Maguire with Tom Hanks in mind. By the time filming was set to begin, Hanks was directing another project and could not commit. The role eventually went to Tom Cruise, who brought a completely different energy to the character and delivered one of his most celebrated performances. The film became a major success, and Hanks continued thriving on his own parallel path. Julia Roberts leaving Shakespeare in Love in the early 1990s. Shakespeare in Love was in development with Julia Roberts already cast as Viola. The production hit obstacles when the male lead could not be secured, and Roberts decided to step away from the film. The project was later revived with a new cast, and Gwyneth Paltrow eventually took the role, winning an Academy Award. Roberts' departure became part of the film's long and complicated backstory. John Travolta turning down Forrest Gump. John Travolta was offered the chance to play Forrest Gump before Tom Hanks. Travolta turned it down and pursued a different project instead. Hanks accepted the role and delivered a performance that earned widespread acclaim and led to one of his many Oscars. Travolta later acknowledged that he misjudged the opportunity, though his alternate choice also revitalized his career. Sean Connery turning down Gandalf. When the Lord of the Rings trilogy was being cast, Sean Connery was given the opportunity to play Gandalf. He read the script but did not connect with the story and chose not to participate. Ian McKellen accepted the part and delivered one of the most celebrated performances in modern fantasy cinema. Connery's pass is often cited as one of the most significant missed opportunities in casting history. Angelina Jolie saying no to Gravity. Angelina Jolie was a leading contender for the role of Dr. Ryan Stone in Gravity. Due to timing issues and her own directing commitments, she stepped away from the project. The part went to Sandra Bullock, who earned outstanding reviews and multiple award nominations. Gravity became a landmark in space-based filmmaking, further elevating Bullock's career. Matt Damon turning down Avatar. James Cameron offered Matt Damon the lead role in Avatar and even included a share of the profits as part of the deal. Damon declined because he was committed to continuing the Bourne series and did not want to leave his team mid-production. The role went to Sam Worthington, and the film went on to become one of the highest-grossing movies of all time. Damon has often joked about the financial scale of the opportunity he passed on. Christina Applegate passing on Legally Blonde. Before Reese Witherspoon stepped into the role of Elle Woods, Christina Applegate was offered the part. She turned it down because she felt it was too similar to roles she had played before and wanted to avoid being typecast. Witherspoon accepted the role and delivered a performance that became a cornerstone of her career, blending comedy and determination in a way that made Elle Woods an unforgettable character. The roles that slipped away. These tales demonstrate how erratic Hollywood can be. A single choice can change the tone of a big movie, elevate a newcomer, or reroute a franchise. Some actors declined roles that just did not fit with their career goals, while others withdrew from projects that turned into significant cultural moments. The roles these actors turned down demonstrate how each decision has an impact, ranging from science fiction epics to poignant dramas and creative comedies. In a field where timing and instinct play a major role, the paths that are not followed frequently become the tales that fans talk about for years. More from Go-To Tutors.